So guys, I'm not sure if you can see anything. I'm just trying this headband. I've just come out the waterfront. There's Shrimmies Beach Club, and that's out. You can see thick fog. I left the Royal Cape this morning in thick fog. There's the North Cardinal marker. Went into the waterfront. The port control is the building here. You can hardly see anything in the fog. Opposite port control, there's the North Cardinal marker, and you can see how bad the visibility is. It was even worse this morning. And so standing on the deck, you can see there's Ben Schoeman. It's supposed to be the entrance of Ben Schoeman, and Duncan Dock is around the corner here. And I'm going to give just one long blast, which is the international sound for a power-driven vessel making way underway in restricted visibility. So the fog is restricted visibility. Not sure if you can see this little wall coming up here. That's just outside of the entrance to Duncan Dock. As you can see all the way along, there's really not much happening. Poor visibility, and yeah, but it's quite magical. So I'll keep to starboard. I think there's somebody leaving Duncan Dock and heading to the V&A, so I'll make sure that I keep on starboard side and out of their way. Our speed is doing about 1600 revs. We're doing 5.3 over the water. There's no wind whatsoever. That speed through the water doesn't work. Speed over ground is 5.2. That speed log is stuck again, so it never gives you an accurate reading. And I'm not sure if you can see now, here's the entrance to Duncan Dock coming up, this white tower on the starboard side, just past the black shroud. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a magical morning. Good way to lift depression and take control of your life. You need to stay sharp, focused. There's no space for getting depressed and getting doom and gloom and worrying about a failed past relationship. So these things happen, and I'm trying to get over it. Not successfully always, but trying. Fantastic fog on this. You can see this little jobby I inherited with the boat works like a charm. So got a very loud sound, very easy to blow. Yeah, that's it. Cormorants. So to give you an idea, we are supposed to be going that direction. Okay, I've just come through the cut here at the entrance to Duncan Dock, and that's where the Royal Cape is, the small craft basin. But look at this, all the way along the whole of Duncan Dock. You can't even see any of the piers. You can't see port control. You can see how thick the fog has been, and it's been like this ever since I left here about 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago to head into V&A. So yeah. I've got a tablet with Navionics on it, so that's one way of checking. I've also got my GPS on downstairs and the GPS in the cockpit. I've also got my chart plotter on, so, and the radar. So I'm not really worried when it's thick fog. I'm able to see quite clearly if I look at my instruments, but I know where I'm going, and so I'm just keeping on the starboard side in case there is a chap coming out of Duncan Dock somewhere ahead of me. Trawler is the one coming out. shows you. You can see there's the outline of that Russian trawler just here on the one arm, and here you can see is the entrance to the tanker basin through up ahead, and in front of us will be this huge vessel, that the Saipan constellation will be on the pier just here to port of us. So I'm heading for the entrance to the Royal Cape Yacht Club, which is just dead ahead of me. I don't need the navionics, but I used it when I was going out, and coming in I'm pretty sure of where I am. But it's always a good idea to have these things on standby, so and check with port control if there's any shipping. This trawler, Russian trawler, is from Vladivostok. Probably you won't be able to make out any of the writing, but it's quite a big Russian trawler. You can see this blue one in front of us. And here's this monster, the Saipan constellation. Here she is, Saipan constellation. You can see it's a massive cable laying vessel. Slowed the boat down. I'm just going to toss my fenders over. There up ahead you can see the entrance to the Royal Cape. So we're sorted. There's the entrance, you can see, to the Royal Cape. So Antarctic Endurance is one of those vessels that goes to the Antarctic polar exploration, I suppose, and they take a few people on board. But look at the fog, you can see nothing. Even the Saipan is almost lost behind us now. So yeah, big fog. The emergency buoy here, so if your engine fails you can sail onto this and call for help. This is the entrance into the small craft basin. Our resident seal. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How far is the boat coming on?
Right and busy, eh?
I've been to the waterfront. So, yeah. The big thing is to get this turn here so that I don't hit this guy's stuff at the back. And now I aim directly for Zingaro, because I've got to get this turn in the front here. I don't know if you can see the corner of my jetty, so I've got to aim for the boat and at the last minute turn around so that I can get this curve, and so that I don't hit the corner. There we are. That's it. So I'm just slowly going in, you can see. Just bleeding off the speed. And as she pushes up against the jetty, there she pushes up. I give a bit of forward power, turn the helm over to starboard, lock the helm, keep her there, and then I can do my bow lines, stern lines, come back into the boat and do all my other stuff later on. So she's under power, pushing up against the jetty. I'll put this spring amidships on first, that one. I can throw, this is the stern line which I'll put on. This is one of the short springs which I'll put on once the boat comes back. This is the other short spring which I'll put on when the boat comes back. Hey Madal! How's it going? Sharp, sharp. Can't complain, mustn't grumble. Okay. Hey? Doesn't help to grumble. You know, Moss. Who's going to listen to you? Hey? Come and do those so you can see the beauty of the fender there. Push up against the fenders and no, I went into the V&A. I had to do some printing and stuff. Okay. So I just decided I was not gonna, you know, so I just docked at the table bay for a couple of hours and did my stuff. You have to get permission now to stay there. You can't just go in there and stay anywhere. You have to get permission for them to dock. Okay. Remember Josh, he was he was marina manager here. Yeah. He's now marina manager at the V&A. You have to get permission from him to be able to. Yeah, so yeah, yeah. So yeah, so they always. Okay, so I'll put the stern line on. This is the old mooring line which I'm taking off. And then this is the stern line. So now I can put her in neutral, the boat will move back, and then I can put on my springs. So I'm putting her in neutral, turning her helm back to vertical, locking it some more, and then I can that's that one, and then I can put, this is the other spring, so I pull the boat back and put that spring on. You notice I don't put them through the fair lead because I'm sleeping on the boat at the moment, in between. So if I put this spring through the fair lead, the boat squeaks, which is a real pain in the butt. And yeah, there we are, almost. I'll get my electricity, just sort out this one. That one goes there, this one hooks around like that. I can switch the engine off. And engine hours are 496 exactly. 496. So the engine service was done last week.